What's up, guys? I love you. My name is Emma Mae McDaniel, and I am so honored to welcome you to the Have You Heard podcast. If you're tuning in via video, you can see that we are in a new setting. We're in the same place that I've been recording most of my recent YouTube videos, which is super fun. But I wanted to let y'all know something really exciting. So Josh and I just moved to Bentonville, Arkansas, and so we are getting the final touches of our home all put together, including our podcast studio. And I cannot wait to show y'all the final product of what it all looks like. But until then, we are right here in our living room. So I'm glad that y'all are a part of the transition with us, and we can't wait to show y'all what our new podcast home is going to look like. But I'm also very excited to tell y'all that this is episode 1 of season 4. This is insane. I'm so thankful to be celebrating this with y'all. I'm so happy that y'all are on, and I felt like it would be fitting for the first episode of a new season to be all about submitting to the Lord as we transition into new things. And so I'm really excited to go into the Word with y'all today. So if you have your headphones, plug them in and let's get into the Word. So as I said, we are in the start of a brand new month. For this podcast, we're in the start of a brand new season, and I know for a lot of y'all, you're about to start school back up. For Josh and I, we typically would. It's kind of a little weird. Like, typically I would be finalizing, okay, what is my new school planner going to be, and what backpack am I going to use this year, and what's my first day of school outfit going to look like. But it's kind of weird. We've been working throughout the summer, and we are going to continue to work, but we're not getting ready for school. But a lot of you are, and so that's a big transition in and of itself. And even if you're a parent and you have been working all summer and will continue to in the fall, but you're getting kiddos ready to go back to school. There's just a lot of transition from summer to fall, even just in the midst of routine. And so I really wanted to take this episode and simply let it be devoted to submitting to the Lord in the midst of change, in the midst of transition. What does it look like to submit to the Lord and seek His will? Because I was reflecting on whenever I was in the summer before my high school began. It was the summer before 9th grade year, and I went to the Motion Student Conference. If y'all have ever heard of it, it's a conference that's hosted in Birmingham, Alabama from Church of the Highlands. They put it on, and it's for middle school, high school, and college age students. And I went to that conference growing up. And this conference in particular, Louis Giglio came and he was speaking. And for the majority of his message, he was really hyping up, okay, this is the peak. This is the ultimate of the ultimates. This is what matters. This is why you're here. What I'm about to tell you is the most important thing that you could ever be told. And so it was like he was hyping us up, getting ready to hear, what is it? What matters most? Why am I here? What is the ultimate of the ultimates? And then finally he got quiet and he said, "For God's glory." I will never forget that moment. I was literally 15 years old, and I was sitting in this big arena of thousands upon thousands of students, and that resonated with me. I fully was convicted and convinced. I believed him that I was here for the glory of God. As I stepped into high school, that was why I was stepping into high school, was for the glory of God. Whatever came my way, I was about to do it and transition into it for the glory of God, because little did I know, in a matter of a year, I was going to be moving states. I was going to be leaving friends to go make new ones. There were so many transitions. I ended up dating a guy for a little while that I wasn't expecting. Ended up going to college 15 hours away 4 years later. When you look back on your life and you see all that was coming ahead, you don't know that's coming. But whenever you decide here and right now, I am here for the glory of God, and I'm submitting my life to you, Lord. I'm submitting this year to you. I'm submitting my studies. I'm submitting my athletics. I'm submitting my job. I'm submitting my friendships, my family, my home. I'm submitting my romance and crushes and my relationships. Whatever comes my way, God, I know that I'm stepping into it. I know that I'm making my decision. I know I'm walking through it for the glory of your name. I'm seeking you first. I'm here for your will to be done and for your kingdom to come on earth as it is in heaven. And I remember my first day of school, and I was sitting in history class, and I pulled out my notebook because of course, I feel like you take notes anyway in school, but I was a note taker, and I still am. I love taking all the colored pens and having my pencil sharpened. I love handwriting my notes. And the first thing that I wrote on my piece of paper in my notebook was just at the top, and I just wrote, "For God's glory." Are you having a hard time falling asleep? Well, you can find rest as you listen to bedtime stories by Abide. Doze off peacefully as you meditate on God's word. Y'all, this is so cool to me. It makes me think of Isaiah 26:3, which says, God keeps in perfect peace those who fix their thoughts on Him, those who put their trust in Him. And through the Abide app, as you fall asleep, you can put this into practice. Abide is the #1 Christian meditation app. Abide users report less stress, lower levels of anxiety and depression, and overall better sleep. This app is great for kids and adults alike. And for a limited time, our listeners will get 25% off a premium subscription when you visit abide.co/Emma. Get started now with 25% off a premium subscription by downloading the Abide app at abide.co/Emma. You'll get additional stories and meditations, premium music, soothing sounds, and more. Support this show and get 25% off by going to abide.co/Emma. That's abide.co/Emma to download the Abide app and get 25% off the premium subscription. Are you wanting to find some good shoes to help you transition from summer to fall? Well, transitioning from summer to fall is easy with Rothy shoes. They have so many colors that you can wear from season to season without going out of style. It's easy to see why millions of women wear Rothy shoes every single day. Some of Rothy's best sellers are the point and the flat, but they also make insanely comfortable sneakers, loafers, ankle boots, and more. Their wide variety of styles are great for summer and fall, so you never have to worry about getting brand new shoes each season. I love my sage green Chelseas because they're comfortable and they go with so many different outfits. Plus, the sage color is unique but also neutral enough to go with a lot. You can step up your shoes and accessories this summer and get ready to be asked, are those Rothys? Plus, get $20 off your first purchase at rothys.com/Emma. That's ROTHYS.com/Emma. That's what it's about. That's what I'm here for. And that's really what I wanted to encourage y'all in today, and not in a just encouragement of this is what you should do, but this is what we should do. Like, I'm doing it with you. Even before we started this podcast episode, me and Josh were in prayer, submitting this episode to the Lord. And we do that before every episode. And I want to do that in every aspect of my life. Before I say yes to something, before I say no to something, like, I want to go to the Lord first. Before I let worry take my mind in a downward spiral, I'm going to go to the Lord first, as He says in Matthew 6. He's like, consider the birds of the air. Consider the flowers of the field. Your Father takes care of them. Are you not so much more valuable than they that I would take care of you, you of little faith? He says, seek me first. I want to seek Him first. And so there's just a couple of verses that I want to share with y'all. And I really believe that they're just foundational for whatever transition you're about to walk into, whether you're in mine and Josh's shoes and you're post-grad and you're in a community but trying to find a community of people that you can do life with every day, or you are about to step into high school, or you're about to step into college, or you're debating whether or not to step into a new job this fall, or there's so many different things that we step into transitioning from summer to fall. But it shouldn't just be now. I should be submitting to the Lord every single day. And the couple verses I wanted to share with y'all is Psalm 143 verses 8 through 10. And these are some verses that I have just hidden in my heart, and I've determined in my heart to remember and call upon all the time. But the psalmist says, Lord, let this morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I put my trust in you. Show me the way that I should go, for to you I entrust my life. Rescue me from my enemies, Lord, for I hide myself in you. And teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your good spirit lead me on level ground. And Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, which I'm sure a lot of you probably know and could quote, but I just want you in this moment, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, to let these words just be sung over you. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Don't lean on your own understanding. Other versions say, I love this, I think the NLT says, don't depend on your own understanding. But in all of your ways, submit to God. What does it mean to submit? I am yielding to him. I am surrendering to him. My will is put aside. What I think is best is put aside, and I'm trusting that his way is best. I'm trusting that he is my good shepherd. I'm trusting that in him I lack no good thing. I'm trusting that my life is for his glory. Submit to him in all of your ways, knowing that he will make your path straight. Today's message is really simple, but I just want to encourage you. When I was thinking on this, I was thinking about how you read in the Old Testament, people would, whenever they would experience the Lord, just be faithful, and they would taste and see how good he was. They would build an altar before the Lord, and it was to honor him. It was to remember what he had done. It was to declare what he had done. And as I think about that, I also feel like if that were me building that altar, it would also be like a place of accountability for myself, of like later down the road, whenever I wanted to go my own way, whenever I thought that I knew what was best and God didn't, or I forgot I forgot the character of God, or I was doubting whether or not he was hearing me or he was with me, or whatever, like difficult, real things that come in life, to look back and remember, wait, I committed to living for the glory of God. Wait, I set up an altar here that I was going to live for the glory of God. Wait, I made a decision here that I am submitting my life to the Lord, that as I'm transitioning into this next season, whatever comes, and into the next season, whatever comes, I'm going to trust in the Lord with all of my heart and not lean on my own understanding. And so I also just pray that today, even after this podcast, pause what you're doing, get on your knees, pull out your journal and write down, God, I am submitting to you. I don't know what's coming in the future. I don't know what this next season holds, but I trust that you know it. I trust that your plans can't be thwarted. I trust that you desire to lead me on the paths of righteousness for the honor of your name. And so I am submitting to you. Declare that today, because I believe that there will be days that come for you and for me down the road where it's going to be easy to neglect today's decision to submit the Lord. It's going to be easy to not want to stay true to what you're committing to today. So remember today, I committed to the Lord, and don't let it be a one-time, one-day thing, but let it be an everyday thing. I love how the psalmist that we read in Psalm 143 said, he didn't say, God, let this year bring me word of your unfailing love. He said, let this morning bring me word of your unfailing love. It's a day by day. God, give me this day my daily bread. I want to depend on you every single day, submit to you every single day, even when my feelings don't align with it. John 12, you have to go read John 12. It's one of my favorite chapters in the Bible ever. And it's leading up to the Passover. It's leading up to the crucifixion of Jesus and him being buried and rising again. It's a pretty big week. And Jesus, of course, he says in this chapter, my soul is troubled. Oh, I can only imagine how troubled his soul must have been. But then he responds to himself. He says, my soul is troubled, but what shall I say? God, deliver me from this hour? No, it was for this hour that it's my purpose that I came for this hour. God, glorify your name. And I think back on that, and I encourage you in that there will be days that come in this next season where your soul is going to be troubled, where things are going to be difficult, where you're going to doubt the goodness of God. But you get to decide how you respond to it. What shall you say to that feeling? What shall you say to that doubt? What shall you say to that desire? Should I say, God, deliver me from this. I don't want to submit to you anymore. I want to go my own way. No, it was for this purpose, for the glory of God, that I came. I get to respond to my feelings with the truth of God's word. Isn't that awesome? Guys, I love you so much. I am excited about season 4 of Have You Heard? And I'm excited about this coming August and this coming fall for your life. And I am just giddy about what the Lord has in store. So I encourage you, just continue to depend on Him, submit to Him. It's a decision you will never, ever regret. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure and subscribe if you haven't. Give a thumbs up, comment down below how you were encouraged and what content on the Have You Heard podcast you would like to see moving forward. And if you are tuning in via Apple or Spotify, be sure and download, rate, review, share it with your people, and y'all stay tuned for the podcast studio reveal because we are stoked to share it with you. I love y'all.